Hi, so we are making hot air balloons today. First of all, you're going to start off with a square sheet of paper. And this part's kind of tricky, but you're going to take your paper and try to fold it so that you have 3 equal pieces. So you're kind of folding this to that point there, so there's enough that would then be able to fold over that. If it's not perfect, that's okay. Like mine wasn't exact, but that's fine too. Then you're going to do the same thing, folding this up to make a square. Really got to crease it. And then folding this over so that it touches the other side. Now when you open it up, you'll have something with 9 squares. Now what you should do right now is write your name on it, on the back side. First and last, please. And then you can take a scissors, and I have the paper facing me. There's 3 squares. I'm going to cut the 2 lines on the sides of the square in the middle, like so. All the way to that line that meets here, that center square. So what you have now are 3 separate squares. And you're going to flip it around, do the same thing on the other side. All the way down to where that square meets. So now you have 3 more separate squares. Now, the next step is decorating your hot air balloon. This will be the basket of it, like this one here. And so when you decorate this, you want to make sure that you decorate the side of the middles, so this side and this side, when you fold it up, and the side and this side here. So essentially you're going to be doing 4 sides of this 9 squared piece of paper that you can decorate, because the other 4 are going to be folded in, and the bottom is the base. So you can choose whether you want to decorate the inside of that too, because that's what you'll be looking inside of, like here, and I didn't decorate mine. So now you can go and do that. When you are done with that, then it's time for gluing. When you open the glue, make sure you just twist the top of the cap, not the bottom, but just the top. And make sure you can really shake it down. If it's not shaking down, then I'll get you a new glue bottle. Next step then is to take the 2 sides and to fold those in. So what I'm going to do is just fold the one on one of the sides down and make 4 dots of glue on the side and 1 in the middle, like so, and then fold that up so that it folds and glues on the inside of the middle square. Now you want to hold this for about 10 seconds. It might also help if you push it down on the table so that it secures it. Then you're going to do the same thing on this side, gluing it. Same way, 1, 2, 3, 4 dots, and the dot in the middle. And this you're going to fold over, folding on top of that middle square and holding that down for another 10 seconds or so. If you don't hold it down for 10 seconds, it's not going to stick and you're going to have a falling apart basket. So make sure you spend your time to do this. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to flip this around towards me. And this is where it can get a little bit tricky because you already start having this now sculpture. But it helps if you push it down towards the bottom, and then you can glue this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the middle. So it's just the opposite side that you're going to then fold up. And again, I'm using the table to hold it down. Oops. Sometimes this other guy can get in the way. Just move it out of your way and hold it. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. Gluing down 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the middle, folding that over, pushing that down. So now you have something of a square or a box with an open top. Next step then is you guys will each get a hole puncher that you'll punch in the middle of each square. But I don't have a hole puncher here, so I'm going to be creative and use a nail. So I'm just punching those holes through near the top, because this is where we're going to string that yarn. So you can choose the color yarn that you'd like out of our different assortments. So now hole punching, see how I'm doing that near the top, but there's enough space so that it's not too close to the top so it's weak. And a lot easier when you have a hole puncher. There we go. And the last side. Perfect. Okay, so now I have 4 holes punched around the square. Next step then is you'll have a template of a circle at your table with 4 different lines on it. This then you're going to take and place down on your extra piece of paper that you chose and trace along the circle. Once you trace that, cut it out. And you can use your template to kind of act as a marker for where you should put those lines to. So here I'm just going and laying this over the top. And making the marks on my own that are similar to the template. Now that I'm done with that, I can make a slit into my circle so that it looks kind of like Pac-Man. And this is then when you insert it onto your balloon.